I don't have a Johnny Manziel athletic ability right now, but the offense isn't going to change, and a lot has to do is you have to base it off the personnel that you have, and if you have 4 of the 5 returning offensive line and 3 running backs and a tight end, that you definitely could probably see that the direction of the offense can be a little more run emphasis, run heavy, and play action type deals until we start getting the questions answered on the perimeter and with the quarterback. So who knows how it's going to play out, but normally this offense it's ran the same. It just may look different based on the personnel that we have out there.
Has it been enjoyable, nerve-wracking being in the coordinator chair?
It's been the same.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to get out there and start coaching these kids up.
What do you think about, I guess, receivers so far in terms of what you guys have? Obviously, you got 3 starters, but you got a lot of talent still there. What do you think about some of the guys you have and weapons you have to work with?
Yeah, we have a lot of guys. I think we have 15 kids on scholarship, so there's a lot of evaluations. I think Coach Beatty's got his hands full on finding a guy. We know that we have a consistent guy in Malcolm Kennedy. He's been the guy that's went out for 2 years and made plays, made touchdowns, big catches for us. And if you look at the rest, it's Ricky. He played in a couple games, made a play versus Rice, which is a big game. And then you have Ed Pope. That's probably the only other guy that's actually has true playing experience. You can throw Jeremy Taboyo in there a bit and Quiviante, but no one's actually gone out there and played a full game. So it's up to us to figure out what these kids are capable of doing, and you might see a lot of receivers hit that field next year. And I've in games before I played 8 to 10 receivers, so we'll see what happens.
What are you expecting from Ricky?
Ricky,
yeah.
I'm expecting a lot. I think he's a unique body type. He looks good right now. He's lost some weight, so he looks like he's a little quicker as well. So he's definitely a guy that causes mismatches, just even blocking on the perimeter, to also being quick enough to run routes, and he's a big, comfortable target to throw to. And people don't understand how great that is for a quarterback is when you got a 6'6" kid who's like 240 pounds, and that's a big target, and it's a comfort zone for him to throw there. So I'm expecting some pretty big things out of Ricky this year.
Is that by design, him losing weight? Otherwise, he's becoming more like a tight end,
Yeah, he just wants to stay in shape. Like, he's naturally going to keep getting bigger. Like, I think we saw that he has about 8% body fat, which I'm saying it's not like he's going to get smaller. So he's just gonna keep getting bigger. So we'll see that. But I think he's just a unique guy that you're going to see us utilize him a lot.
Does the play calling change whether Kyle or Kenny's running the show?
Not really. I wouldn't say much. I think Kenny is probably a little more athletic, and just based on his high school experiences, he ran the ball a lot at South Lake Carroll, and but I'm not saying he's like a Johnny Manziel where you can go out there and have design quarterback run game and things of that nature, but you might be able to. The way I think this offense is evolving is you call the offense as is, and these kids will start to learn to make plays on their own and get creative in that nature, just through scramble drills and things like that.
Are we pretty healthy across the board?
Right now we're good. This has been the shortest list I've seen on going into a camp where no one's on that list right now.
How much experimentation do you do in terms? I know Cliff used to throw a bunch of stuff on the wall in summer and then throw like maybe 80-90% of it out before you got to camp. How much of that have you gotten to do this off season? And
actually a lot. We've went around and we've met with other staffs, and I've talked with Cliff. I talk with Cliff every day to see if he's doing anything differently, and going through spring ball, that's the time where you can experiment with stuff and just get it out there. And from what we experimented with, there's going to be some stuff that we keep, but there's also some stuff that we've thrown away. So, that's also the advantage of meeting with the kids over the summertime, where you can install stuff and then they can come back and give you feedback on what they think of the stuff as well.
How gifted are these two that you have to work with, Kyle and Kenny? I mean, obviously they're both young, but they're both well-decorated recruits. How gifted are these two guys really in comparison maybe to some of the guys just pure talent-wise that you've worked with before?
I think they're both capable of coming in here and doing big things. I'm pretty fortunate to have both of these kids. I think they can, both of them can go and compete for a starting job across the country anywhere. So I'm looking forward to getting these two out there. I think they both have the capability to take this offense where it needs to go. The main thing is I don't want to compare them to other quarterbacks. I want them to come in and make a name for themselves.
Does August 16th give you enough time? Coach Sunland mentioned that date by that Saturday before the Saturday.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then he gives, just about all the reps at that point, or how does that work?
The way our practice schedule is set up is we try to go through 2 game weeks before the South Carolina game, just going through a Monday practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I want to try to have a quarterback by then so you can get him acclimated to that schedule before we actually get into the true game week of South Carolina. So I think it leaves you about 15 days, and there'll be a lot of reps in between here and there. So, you never know. Maybe someone will separate themselves within the fourth, fifth, sixth practice. Don't know yet.